Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch the season finale of Silo. This episode is called Outside. So I'm guessing someone goes outside. And it's probably gonna be Jules because she's just on a razor thin edge right now. Just doing everything possible to get sent outside, and you know, it would be a big twist to have her get sent out right at the end, honestly. So, before we jump into the finale, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. I watch a ton of other stuff on the channel, so, you know, peruse, watch other stuff. It means a lot to me. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, let's check out the Season 1 finale of Silo.
We're being lied to. Everyone has to see this.
Everyone who?
Probably a multi-layered lie, honestly.
You asked me for a computer guy who could do tricks, and I got you the computer guy. I didn't say anything about running around.
Bernard is better, and he's gonna trace it back here. Do you want to stay?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need all Raiders to 22.
Knock it down!
I don't like this guy. I don't know why. He's just like a punk, like, second-hand goon.
Shit!
Oh, yeah. I would not want to go in that. You're gonna get conked.
We could shh.
And there isn't anything to, like, you can't slide down. You have to do one hand at a time.
Dick, you gotta move. Come on.
I think Fancy Computer Boy's gonna get dropped.
When I sent you home, I thought I was clear. I expected you to stay there. I'm not clear about that.
No, you were.
You think because you taught her a class on the pact, a Raider wouldn't tell me.
No.
You're scary, so of course they would tell you.
Did you find anything that might explain why she had you arrest me the other day?
Which you backed her up on.
Or why you agreed to it? Why she went to my apartment threatening to kill my wife and my son?
That, she didn't threaten to do that. She just aimed a gun at your wife. Oh, lucky. So,
The drive just popped on 126. Oh shit.
What?
They're linking screens.
Yes, sir. Start here. Or the video of the lady, her cleaning.
Shut your eyes. All of you, shut your eyes. Cover your faces. Do what he says.
Move. You too, Robert.
She just shut down all the screens everywhere.
What you have just seen, you will unsee.
Or you'll die.
And she's not out on 26 anymore. Where is she? She's in the trash chute. That's how she's getting around.
Honestly, it's smart. Jesus.
Nickel!
Chuck everything. Oh.
Make sure.
You got one last item. Oh, that's a biggin. What if it misses? Christ, how are you supposed to get out? How are you supposed to move out of the way? What are you doing? That's so much trash. Oh. Oh my God. Juliet Nichols, you animal. Hey, man.
Judicial's here.
What? Wait, how did they know she was
I
here?
told them.
Why?
There is nowhere that we could hide her they
You
wouldn't find.
rapscallion.
Everybody in the down deep would pay the price.
You asshole.
Yeah.
Out. You, get out.
Wait, she can't.
Shut up.
Listen, she
Shut
can't
the
leave.
fuck up.
She hasn't left here in 25 years.
I said shut the fuck up.
Rob.
You, over there, now.
She's homebound.
Do you know what I do?
Rob,
Do you?
Rob!
wait outside with
Chill
your
out,
team.
Common. She asked a very nice question. How many people say the same thing?
I wish I shared your optimism.
People died for that, man. You just broke it.
Just tell me what happened to George.
If you cooperate, I can do better than tell you.
You have a video of it? Jesus. It's just a video of Sims throwing him off the railing. Or maybe he did it on his own.
Going after that shitty heat tape when ours ran out? That's what pissed them off up top.
I'm sure they have a long list of things she did that pissed me
Yeah,
off.
she's a bit of a troublemaker. Heat tape. Come on, walk. You can do it. Take that walk, walk. One more step. It'll be the farthest from home I've been in 25 years. But you're going on an adventure, walk. Muster up your best Bilbo Baggins and leave the Shire. Oh, this is emotional. Kind of reminds me of the scene from House of the Dragon where the king is walking up the stairs, or like walking to the throne.
Walker. What are you doing?
What needs to be done? Jules is walking pretty slow.
Carla,
Was that her lady?
how are things in supply?
Is this about that fucking heat tape?
It is.
Theoretically.
Your tape is way better than theirs.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't make any sense. Unless it does.
The seals on the suits, when they go outside, they aren't airtight because their tape sucks. What if she has a secret camera? Hey guys, how's it going?
Put a surveillance of George Wilkins on the stairs.
What if he did kill himself?
Don't be stupid! You take one more step.
Go in closer.
He sacrificed himself. And there's the outside with all the dead bodies that are probably actually out there.
Thought you might not be eating, so I baked you something.
I'm okay. I don't have much appetite, so I'm...
That looks good as hell, though.
Mom used to make this.
you're not as good at baking.
I didn't know you were such a good cook. It's really good.
Not bad for an old guy.
It's okay, Jorah.
Lucas, you will not be sent out to clean. You will go to the mines.
Okay,
10
what
years.
are the mines? What do you mine in the mines? You're already underground in an enclosed capsule. How are you supposed to mine anything?
You'll see no lights in the mines. But maybe 10 years of hauling iron ore will set you straight.
Like, is the silo attached to stuff? Like they can mine underground and they just have no fear of like exposing the mines to stuff? What is it?
You wanted the truth. The truth is, I love you.
Have no fear.
They're good at supply.
The tape is Gucci? They fixed the tape situation?
The mayor and judicial are gonna grant me an exemption.
Why?
I take no pleasure from this. Any of it. You once asked me when your troubles started.
When I stole the fucking tape.
No, well before that.
Your parents weren't supposed to have children. But accidents happen.
Really?
You became a mortal threat to our survival.
To our survival? I don't want to be of great service anymore.
She makes a good point. It probably is bad out there, though.
Was my mom one of your little adjustments?
That was her choice.
Was she pressured, though?
But you know the display is a lie. So why don't you just tell people that it's okay to go outside? And how about the door, the massive door made out of steel at the bottom of the silo that George found? Why don't you tell people about that?
The founders left us with many mysteries.
Is he not aware of the door?
Congratulations, by the way. You've attracted the largest crowd we've ever had for a clean.
Ever?
Even larger than Holston's.
That's bonkers. Is he gonna put it back together? Let's see. Let's see. They don't really wrap that very much to make a good seal. Makes sense that they would die immediately. You gotta like overlap that 2 or 3 times, you know.
Juliet Nichols, you have been charged with and convicted of violating the cardinal law of our society. Once outside the airlock, you are outside the law.
See if she can do it.
We do not know when it will be safe to go outside.
We only know that is not this day.
But that day is not this day. Juliet Nichols.
Okay.
Have you any last words?
I'm not afraid.
Theoretically, how much oxygen do they provide them? Okay, this is where we learn, is the inside of the helmet like a VR screen? She sees the plants and the green, and there's the birds. It's the same video though. This must be a really good VR set. Yeah, she knows. She knows it's fake. She says, "Sup, homies?" You doubt her word? They're all mad.
What do we do? It won't be much longer.
Send someone else out to clean.
Right on schedule.
Do they put stuff there to trip on? Yep.
She knows.
Did she give Halston his sheriff's badge back? I think I sent someone out with a gun. Oh no. She got that good tape, boy.
They're good in supply.
Yes, sir. First ever to make it up the hill. That's what's up. It's nothing over the edge, though. How much VR did they create? If she makes it past a certain point, does it all turn off? It does, yes, it's glitching. Damn, it is desolate out here. They're so confused. Well, oh, there's a lot of silos. Holy cow. There's like a gazillion silos. Oh, how do you end the season like that, brother? Come on. Holy frick, dude. Wow. The display is a lie. Holy crap. We expected this a little bit, right? I've been like ruminating on the idea for the past couple episodes that it is like a fake situation, right? Not just that the screen, like the screen, so the display they see in the silo is real, and then the display in the masks is fake. That's crazy. That's why everyone cleans, is because they go out and they see that it's this bright, lush, you know, green environment, and they clean, and then everyone cheers, and then because they intentionally give them shitty tape that doesn't work good, they give them bad tape, and it doesn't seal correctly, so the outside air gets into their suit still, and that's why they die. But Jules got the good tape, and then she was able to see through the fakeness of the VR because she Well, one, she was touching things that, you know, on the VR were not rocks. It was just a dead body. And then she gets over the hill and there's like 1,000 silos. So like the world is desolate. Like like Bernard is right. The you cannot go outside. If you open the silo, you will die. I wonder how they make the tape. Like, does tape expire? I feel like at a certain point the tape might go bad. Like, how do they get good tape? Is there someone that manufactures good tape? Who knows? But yeah, so Bernard is an anti-hero, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, Bernard he's keeping everyone in because he knows for a fact that if it got out that, you know, they're lying to everyone, that people would try and go outside, right? So he has to kill people. Like, if he doesn't kill people, 10,000 people die, you know, because it's guaranteed somebody will try and open that, right? There's probably been silos in the past that people have opened and they've just straight up died. Like, how do they make the planet good again? Does each silo, maybe each silo is in charge of planting a certain amount of plants that create oxygen, you know, all that fun stuff, and then they make enough oxygen to like keep everyone alive and maybe a little bit extra, and the extra they just like send out into the atmosphere, and that oxygen slowly like re-terraforms Earth back to a habitable spot. I don't know. I wonder what caused the world to end. Like, what happened? That's very, very curious. More things to think about. How long does Juliet have oxygen for? Like, she had that pack on her back. Was that like a set amount of oxygen? Or was that like a device that's like recycling the bad oxygen outside and making it good? Who knows? Because if it's good, she could theoretically live for a couple days or a couple weeks, you know, however long it takes for her to run out of water. I don't know. I assume Bernard is going to warn someone, right? He's either going to warn like whoever's in charge, or maybe the next nearest silo, so that they can just go out there and shoot her. Who knows? But Bernard, I'm guessing, was fully aware that there was 1,000 different silos, but no one else was. Sims wasn't aware. None of the people in Judicial were aware. And so now the only people that know are Bernard and Juliet and all the people who run the other silos. One theory that I have is that, okay, this could be a wild shot theory, that maybe, okay, even though it looks desolate, there's like multi-layered deception happening. It looks desolate. It's entirely possible that just visually it's desolate, you know. Maybe the air out there isn't actually deadly. Maybe whatever they spray them with beforehand, like before going out, maybe that's deadly, because they lingered on that a little bit, like when she went out, she kind of freaked her out. And you know, if they had bad tape, that would, all that spray and stuff would get in there, right? But if they had good tape, it wouldn't get in there. So it's either the outside air actually is deadly, or that spray is deadly and the outside air is good, theoretically. So like, there's a distinct possibility that if you go out with good tape, you know, you get sprayed, you go outside, theoretically you could take off your helmet and walk around and breathe the air, and everything theoretically can be Gucci. Who knows? What else happened? Oh, we learned the fate of George, like what actually happened to him, and he was not technically murdered. He was kind of driven to suicide, essentially, which in the U.S. court of law, if you drive someone to suicide, I believe you are, you know, liable for penalty, right? Isn't that a lot? Like if you actively drive someone to suicide, I'm pretty sure you get in trouble. So, you know, judicial kind of committed a crime, I'm gonna say. But he, you know, he knew. He was like, you're gonna torture me and then hunt down everyone that I'm working with and all this jazz if I let you take me. So I'm not. And so he dives off the thing himself, and that's that. Some cool moments in this was frickin' Walk taking her walk. She was integral. She was integral in keeping Juliet alive. You know, she hasn't left in 25 years, and now she walks up to, I believe it was her ex's house, her ex who works in supply, and is like, hey, we need good tape. We don't want the shitty tape. We need good tape. And because they switch out the tape for good tape, that's what saves Juliet. So Walk being able to get over her panic attack and her fear of going outside her apartment saved Juliet's life. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the scene in House of the Dragon where the king is walking up to the throne. He walks all the way across the throne room, and it's this like dramatic, beautiful thing, because it's just this old person struggling to make it up there, but doing it on their own. And this, it's, you know, Walk, she's struggling to do it, but she overcomes and she makes it out. Hopefully, in the future, she doesn't have to have that fear. Like, she can just freely go in and out. That would be prime. Other thing to note, I'm pretty sure Bernard does not know about the door that's underneath the water. Because when Juliet mentioned it, the acting was subtle, but he very much gave off a vibe that he did not know what she was talking about. And then, especially, he goes and gets the drive after and tries to, like, see if it's still intact, because he probably wants to know what the frick she's talking about, right? Because George knew, and she knew, and the only way they would have known that is from the drive. And if he doesn't know, he needs to see that drive and get some more info, right? Plus, and then, like, where does that door lead? Is it just connected to another silo? Because the silos seemed fairly close together. Like, when you zoomed out, there was a lot of them in a small area. So if he gets in that door, is it just a tunnel to, like, the next silo over? That's curious. Where does the water go? How did he get to that door, / possibly did he get it open? Does he know how to open it? I mean, it's a big 15-foot door, he said. So maybe he couldn't get it open, but he got the water out. And then the water filled back up again somehow? I don't know. If there is other silos, presumably there's other people in Bernard's position in those silos. And if he doesn't know about that door, do they know about that door? Or is there someone above him, like even above Bernard, is there someone above him that like has all of the info? We saw a cityscape near the silos. What city is that? I don't know why, I'm curious about that. What city is that destroyed town? I mean, presumably, I assume the author, you know, was like, hey, this is what city that is. He probably wrote that in his book, probably in book 3 or something. I don't know. A dumb thing I want to know, what's under the janitor's spot? With all the screens, there's 2 staircases on either side that go down somewhere. I don't know why I want to know what's down there. I just do. Is it just like wiring? is it just the wiring and the computers, you know, for the screens they're all looking at? Who knows? And then what is Juliet gonna do now that she's out? Is she gonna go over to another silo and be like, hi? Imagine you're in the other silo. You're just chilling. It's like lunchtime. You're chilling. You see the sensor or whatever, the screen, and someone just walks up and they're like, hey, can I come in? Like that, she's gonna kill thousands of people just by walking across their screens. People are gonna be like, hey, there's a person out there. Like, are we fine? Like, what's going on? Like, who got sent out? They're gonna think that they just like missed a cleaning. They're gonna like thinking they have gaps in their memory. I'm very curious, you know, what's gonna happen to her, because presumably she can't just like walk around forever. She's got probably a limited amount of oxygen. So who knows? I'm very curious. What's gonna happen with Lucas? Because he was sent down. Bernard said he's going to work in the mines. They've mentioned the mines a couple times, and it confuses me, because if they're in like a fully enclosed space, like the silo is fully enclosed, where are these mines? Like, where do they go? Like, is there like another airlock down deep somewhere, and you send people out and they harvest metal from the earth somehow, and maybe they can pass off the excuse of like, oh, you're 1,000 feet underground, so you're fine. like the mines are Gucci, like the mines are great, no problem with the mines. What happens if they mine so far that they run into the next silo? Like, what happens there? Very curious. And he's gonna be down there for 10 years theoretically. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of time for really not doing anything bad. Like, the man didn't do nothing. Who knows though? Yeah, I don't know what else to say. This was a great show. Ooh, one moment I liked. It's a small dumb little moment. It was not dumb. It's dumb that I like it. But it was like this weirdly just sentimental, wholesome moment. Juliet, her last request is to take Holston's sheriff's badge out there, and she just puts it on his body. Like, it's a small thing. Some people might miss it, like, because they don't show his body necessarily when she's putting it on. It just shows her like putting it through the mirage essentially. But she gave him his sheriff's badge back. She gave him the truth. And I thought that was just like a nice, precious moment. Like, it was good. And I'm glad that some semblance of peace has been brought to this man's soul. I don't know. But yeah, this show is fantastic. I loved every episode of it. Had a grand old time. I watched literally the last 4 episodes of the show in one sitting. And I'm so excited for season 2 and beyond. Holy cow, man. Like, the acting was great. The set design was fantastic. It looks like they spent so much money on this show. And just the sets and the setting was so good. All the acting was excellent. Even the people that were in it for one episode. Rashida Jones, fantastic. The guy that played the Sheriff Holston, he was excellent. Just characters that didn't appear a ton. George, he was only roughly in it for a couple episodes plus some like flashback. He was great. Common's a rapper. he was great. I mean, he's acted in other things before as well, but he was great. Bernard was good. He had a good performance. He's very hateable. The mom from Succession, she was great. And then goddamn Rebecca Ferguson, just she's a vision. She is so good. Like, I first encountered her in Mission Impossible, and then in Dune, and now in this, and she's just so freaking good. Like, her acting is incredible. I don't know how, but there's moments in this show where she looks like a full-on, like, strung-out junkie. Like, it looks like she's literally barely functioning, and is still somehow an absolute goddess. Like, she's one of the most attractive women on the planet. It's just like, and she's such a good actress as well. Like, she's so good in this role. It is just great, and the show is written so well. The mystery is unfolds at like a perfect pace almost. Like, they're just it's a little bit more than a drip feed. You know, drip feed real slow. This is just a hint of extra drip. It's like 2 drips at once. You know, pop pop instead of pop. I felt like the reveals just came at like a perfect pace, and the character work with the reveals was so good. This was a fantastic show, and it's so cool to see how the viewership of the show has grown over time. Like, when I watched episode 1, when my reaction to episode 1, I think the first week that I had put it out, it had maybe like 150 views, and now, as I'm recording this, it has like over 3,000 just from like word of mouth, people watching the show and then finding videos on it online. Like, it's the #1 show on Apple TV Plus right now. It is just blowing up on social media. Like, it's so good. And it's really cool to see how word of mouth has essentially grown the audience of this show, because that's how it should be. You know, shows like this are the best kind of shows. It shows Netflix and HBO and Disney Plus and all these other streaming services what they should be doing is releasing their shows weekly and marketing them throughout that time, right? Like, there's been ads for Silo that I've seen. So, like, releasing it, giving people time to talk about each episode. Like this is 10 episodes. I think they dropped the first 2. So people have been talking about this show for at least 9 weeks. And the audience for the show has been growing for 9 weeks. Like, the exact opposite of a Netflix show. A Netflix show, they drop all the episodes at once, and everybody stops talking about that show 3 weeks later, right? Like, it's gone from the cultural zeitgeist within 2 to 3 weeks. And that's why like so little shows are getting renewed at Netflix. And I think there was an article that came out recently that Netflix is like changing their approach to how they view like how they renew shows and how they think about metrics of shows, where they're like gonna give shows a little bit more leeway to build an audience, because I don't know if this show had anything to do with it, but I think they're noticing a trend of like shows that are coming out weekly and having that extra time are getting more and more viewership. Like, people don't remember this as much, but like the #1 show on Netflix, or like the show that people think is like one of the best shows of all time in Breaking Bad, right? When that was initially airing on the FX or whatever, it did not have large viewership numbers. Like, that show was lucky to make it through its 4 or 5 seasons. Like, it had small viewership numbers, and it didn't become the biggest show in the world until Netflix put it on Netflix, and it had its entire run for people to get interested in it. Like, people didn't even really start talking about Breaking Bad that much until it was in its 4th season of airing. So like, this cult classic that many people consider one of the best shows of all time, if it was put out on Netflix from the get-go, you know, drop 8 episodes, drop 10 episodes, and then wait a year and a half, like, it would have been canceled after the 1st or 2nd season. No one would have known the conclusion. So I think it's a growing trend that Netflix is noticing. If that's true, I mean, it could be a fake article. I didn't read the whole article. I just I saw the headline and I saw some people reacting to it. I should try and find the article and go back and read more of it. But, you know, like, this is a thing people are noticing. I mean, even some of their bigger shows, they're not dropping everything at once. Like The Witcher season 3, they dropped the first 5 episodes of season 3, and then in a month they're gonna drop the next 3 to 5 episodes, right? Like, they're splitting it up because then people will talk about it for a month or two, not just a couple weeks. So yeah, back to what I was saying, this show, it's been so cool to see it grow, word of mouth, and see more people become aware of it and how good it is, and it is, especially when you end on that kind of cliffhanger. That's freaking wild, bro. Like, insane. I loved every second of it. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. What did you think about the reveals? If you have read the books, what did you think? If you haven't read them, what do you think? You know, were you surprised by anything? I would love to hear all of it down in the comments. And if you have made it this far in the video, you are legally required to leave a comment down below. What is your favorite color? I don't know. What's your favorite? If you go to an Asian buffet, what do you eat? What's your favorite thing to get at an Asian buffet? Leave that in the comments. If you're this far, I will know if you don't comment, so you better. Yeah, again, that's all I gotta say. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. Watch some of my other videos. I'm watching plenty of stuff on the channel right now. I'm playing a couple video games on the channel as well. So if you're interested in any of that, even if you're not interested in that, watch my videos. Maybe you'll become interested in some of that. You know, we got some fun stuff coming up in the next month or two. We got the Ahsoka series. We got Heartstopper Season 2. We got tons of stuff coming up. So if you are interested, diversify your portfolio. Watch some other stuff. It would mean a lot to me. And then, again, if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, where you just sync up your own copy of the show, you can watch along with me. That is linked down in the description. I post all my uncuts over there, so if you're interested in that, supporting me would mean the world. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.